All right, we're back. Circling Back podcast, Monday, March 3rd. Great date. Little 3-3 action.
Oh, yeah.
Larry Bird. My name's Will DeFreeze to my left. Birdman himself, Dave Ruff.
That's me. Hey, been getting a lot of these commercials for the new iPhone. You guys seen this? Curious, is this going to be one of those deals where I have to get it the next year because mine's just going to stop working? I don't know. I know I'm not going to get a definite answer here, but I'm just curious.
I saw a tweet the other day that said how embarrassing it is to have an iPhone 11 in 2025, and I realized that I have an iPhone 11.
I respect that, man.
It works perfectly. I don't know why I don't need to upgrade. You know, it does everything I need it to do.
No, I like that. I like that about you.
Thank you, Dave.
That's one
I
of
like that about you, man.
That's something you should put in your bio.
Should I?
Yeah.
iPhone 11 user?
Yeah, that's
right.
a good thing, man. Good for you.
I was doing that thing the other day where I got out of my car and I was holding a coffee in one hand, keys in that hand, and then I had my phone just dangling. And of course, the phone just went flying, chipped the bottom of it.
Oh. Were you naked or did it have a case on
It
it?
had a case on it, but this case is not, I wouldn't say it's protective.
That's a showy case.
I wouldn't
it's a
say it's
vibes case?
protective. It's a feel case.
Oh, yeah. It's fuzzy.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a little micro suede. Nothing crazy. But yeah, it doesn't protect anything. You don't like the chip at the bottom of the phone.
Let me see.
It's not as evident now because the stuff has kind of gone away.
Yeah, that's just
But you see it. You see it. It's not ideal.
No.
It's one of those things, if I don't have a case on my phone, I'm going to think about it every time I pick up my phone.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I was envisioning Ben Affleck trying to get into his gated community or whatever, and he's just got a bunch of donuts, a phone, coffee, multiple coffee,
Cigarette?
cigarette.
My building installed new sensors everywhere, all the doors and elevators. I have to open an app every time I get on an elevator now.
Nah.
It fucking sucks.
Nah, dude.
It sucks.
I don't even show my room key at a hotel to get on the elevator. And in Vegas, how they always make you do that. I don't even like getting my room key out.
And Chelsea, who is at my place all the time, since she's not technically a resident, she doesn't have access to the app. So she has to use the stairs now.
You can't log a
Fucking
player
sucks.
in?
I have to, I can, but she have to call me hey, I'm at the elevator now and open the app and hit the button to let her in. It's just a whole thing. It's just not worth it.
No, but you can't just let her download the app and log in using your credentials?
She can't do it yet because she's not officially on the lease.
You just don't want to tell her your password.
I don't even have one.
Is there two-step verification?
Come on, dude.
Two-step
I'm telling you.
authentication.
Your password is Big Boobies 69.
Stop.
You shouldn't say that. Take that out, Randy.
Yeah, can
Yeah,
you
we-
believe that?
No.
You know what? I'll just use this platform to complain. My gymnasium, they have now updated their guest policy, which you get 2 guest passes a month. And now to bring a guest, they have to download the app on their phone. So if I want to bring I haven't tried this yet, but
Come on.
let's say one of my guests is my wife, because she's not on we're not on a family plan.
What's her deadlift these days?
She's not doing many daddies these days. RDLs maybe. But yeah, download the app. So if I wanted to just go hey, Brett, you want to go do a sauna? Yeah, but you got to download this app on your phone. It's pretty smart by them because they're going to spam you with stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But it's a little annoying.
Yeah.
So that's my complaint. Also, shout out to my guy. There's a backer at the gym yesterday. He was wearing the Johnny Politics t-shirt.
Don't
Is
know that
this a Grand X, John?
You know Johnny Politics.
I do?
It's one of the better RG shirts we've made.
Oh, see, I think this had to have been before my time.
Oh,
No, dude, because the pocket, remember the cigars? The graphic was above the pocket on the pocket tee? And there was nothing on
the
the pocket?
JFK one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
Oh, okay.
think
Okay.
you've
Sorry.
seen
I
it.
thought this was a Manziel play.
No. It's just JFK looking cool.
You just puffing on a
Pre-Dallas JFK.
hooter. Yeah.
Before it all went down like that.
Seeing an RG shirt or anything out in the wild is shocking.
I looked at it for a minute. I was like, this guy's rocking JFK. And I was like, Johnny Politics sounds really familiar. And yeah, it was us. In good condition too.
How about that?
Like new?
Like maybe he hadn't worn it a ton.
It's sad that it's a gym shirt.
Yeah. Once
Yeah.
you get retired, the gym shirt, you're.
We moved down the rotation a bit.
Yeah, it's okay. That's okay.
Dylan's here.
Ready to talk to you, buddy.
iPhone 11. I'll be honest. I don't even know what iPhone we're on.
Like it's been paid off. You know how you do the payment plan, whatever.
Yeah.
I had it paid off for like the last 4 years.
Well, what?
It's great.
What iPhone are we even on?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know either.
You have it.
Yeah, I'm in that upgrade
you
program.
get the
So
new
like,
one
I don't
every
think
time.
about. I mean,
I'm somewhere in the middle.
I don't know. The only differences I used to see were like the phones would get faster, and now I feel like that's completely plateaued. So now the only difference I actually see is like the camera.
I'm a 13.
Wow, Dave just
Damn,
yammed on you, dude.
I'm on that old-ish. I don't even care, man.
I mean, you shouldn't. What are you really missing out on? The camera obviously is a
No
little
one
bit of
can
an
tell
upgrade,
just by
but-
looking at it, you know? Just
No, we would have made fun of you a long
Yeah.
time ago for that.
although I feel like
How
my
do we know?
camera lenses are big.
Yeah, but making fun of someone for their iPhone, unless they have like I think the only way you can make fun of someone for their iPhone is if they still have a button. Other than that,
Yeah,
other than that, you just sound like an asshole.
Or a small one.
No,
Remember I
no.
had the
See,
huge
like
one?
I kind of want the small one.
Well, I mean, like, there's a small one.
No,
right?
I know. It
Yeah,
sounds
okay.
kind of nice though.
Yeah, maybe.
I regret the Plus.
Yeah, that's a big
Fully
boy.
regret the Plus. It feels normal to me now. So like when I go down to a small one eventually, it's gonna suck for like a week.
I got roasted at Grand X for having like basically an iPad in my pocket.
Oh, you had the big one for
I
a
had
while.
the tablet for a minute.
Was that one bigger than
It
this
was.
one?
And
Like
I-
it.
yeah.
The big one got smaller.
Dude, it was,
Okay, because
it was
I was
absurd.
gonna say, like, I remember it being bigger. This doesn't seem as big to me now.
I would
made-
always lie to y'all and be like, dude, I'm watching movies on this and shit. I wasn't.
I
watching
made
shit.
fun of you because I called it a purse phone because it doesn't fit in your pocket very easily.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
This is a back pocket phone only. The Plus is a back pocket phone.
I've
I'm
become a
going
back pocket guy.
I'm going back all the way. Man.
Yeah, it's nice.
You ever worry about your pockets in the back, like flaying out because we always got our phone in there?
No.
You're gonna start thinking about
I
it.
do worry about sitting on it and breaking it.
Your phone?
Yeah.
Nah. They're too strong now.
You ever seen that video of that old guy on a panel and he sits down? You can see the moment he sits on his balls.
Yes.
Dude,
That's an old man problem.
that sucks, man.
Yeah.
That's
I
not a
remember.
young man's game, I feel like.
No, typically not.
I started adding a double shot of espresso to my after workout protein smoothies. It's
Okay.
been an absolute game changer for me.
Is this like how you drink 200 ounces of water a day?
Dude, it's nice. It's nice. Get a little lift, man. Ooh-wee. That's all
That's
I had
crazy
on
that
that.
caffeine does that.
I know. That's all I had on that. It's been nice.
That had nothing to do with anything we talked about.
No, I just wanted to get that in there.
That was
I
just
did
a
it-
note you wanted to just
I did it
put
this
out there.
morning and I was like, man, I'm enjoying this a lot. I want y'all to know about it. Just sharing a little piece of my life with you guys. That's all I'm doing.
That's the thing about Dylan, man.
Yeah,
He
well-
didn't hold back.
I'll share some shit. It's true, Will.
How many MGs are you deep today?
If I had to guess, a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Usually I drink about half of my iced coffee in the morning and then top it off before I head into work. And today I drank a full one and completely reloaded. So I
Yeah.
might be going off anywhere between 300 and 400 milligrams right now.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I don't have a love affair with coffee right now.
Maybe you need a break.
It's a drink to survive. I'm drinking it to survive, not to enjoy. And I don't like being in that place right now. I've been doing this thing though, that I think they do at Starbucks and other coffee shops alike, where I've been putting the creamer or milk in before I pour the coffee in so that it naturally mixes. And I don't have to stir it or anything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm filling it from the bottom.
Yeah.
And when you fill it from the bottom, you start at the bottom. And then once you fill it up, you're here.
See, that's how it works.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Drake play.
Man, he can't get away from it.
No.
Even Conan out there just hitting him without fucking Academy Awards.
So that video from Sydney was an ad, right? For that gambling website.
Oh, was it? I don't know.
I knew something was up. I knew it was too perfect. He had the drink sitting there, you know.
I'm surprised with his run of luck lately. He didn't kill someone with that slide.
Someone apparently found it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Which
it actually.
But if it's an ad, like if it's actually a setup ad, then I refuse to believe the person that found the slide. It's
Right.
not.
Anyone could just bring a slide down. Oh, I found it.
Yeah.
Like
they should have had Dude Perfect down there with a hoop.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that plays.
Did you see Chad's post
Yeah.
of the? What are they doing?
I don't know. I'm at the point where like I hate Manchester United so much that I think I might just go all in on Burnley and just make it really public to our friend Chad and our friends over at Dude Perfect, to the point where they're like, okay, this guy might be the biggest Burnley fan in the United States. We need to fly him over and go to some of our games.
I mean, it's not out of the question.
Dumb fucks will hate me riding on a PJ with Dude Perfect to England. The dumb fucks will hate it.
They would not be ready for that. The heavy hitters are not ready for Will on a PJ. Dylan thought he was a heavy hitter, and then Will and I were on a PJ going to Dallas.
Yep.
Yeah,
Shortest
I've never been on a
PJ ever.
PJ. And a reminder, my son has been on a PJ a few different times.
Yeah, we were actually talking about that recently.
Mm-hmm.
You were texting with him?
We were WhatsApping or whatever. That's what the kids are using.
Snapchat.
Yeah, Snapchatting, face filters, things of that nature.
The Dude Perfect new headquarters is so insane. It's
like they just like had a bunch of extra money, and they're like, "Well, dude, we got to put in like a full putting green, but like not like it's got to have like water and stuff. It's got to have hazards."
Is it a little recreation of the Masters? Is that what it is? Of Augusta National?
I don't know. You're the one who's been.
Yeah, good point.
Dave and I didn't get to go
There's no cart paths. I
because
don't
he
know if
fucked
know
us
that.
over.
No cart pass. That's true.
I have a major announcement.
Okay.
Bit Madness bracket is live.
Oh my gosh.
If you go to our Reddit page, which is reddit.com/r/circling back, you can see this bracket. Here's the thing. In order to access this bracket, you need a password. Backer 20. Name your bracket. Use a proper handle so we can find you if you win. We've had that issue in the past with winners. Like we'd love to send you a gift box of some stuff, but if you don't put any identifying information there, it's hard for us to do so. Go check it out. Go get in on it. We don't know what we're giving away for the winner yet, but I'll tell you what, you're gonna like the way you look. We just got a bunch of rowback in. You might see some of that on your body. Without further ado,
Bro, let's go out this weekend. There's a crazy event happening.
I like to turn up.
Bro, there's a crazy event happening.
We had the party and it was lit.
I got yelled at by a prostitute.
Let's just go have fun and let go a little.
Little Woodrows, let's go.
I just wanted to get extra gloopy today. Recapping this weekend in fun presented by our friends over at Lucy. Y'all know about Lucy already, but I'm going to learn you up a little bit more. I'm talking 100% pure nicotine, always tobacco free. Lucy Breakers. Yeah, I said breakers.
I'm breaking right now.
They're nicotine pouches with a little extra surprise. Each pouch holds a little capsule that can be broken open and releases extra flavor and hydration. Set yourself up with a subscription and have Lucy delivered straight to your door like Dylan. Here's the thing. Dylan, you've eaten apples before. I'm sure you've chewed on some ice, but what happens when you do both at once?
The apple ice flavor of the Lucy Breaker is absolutely fantastic. I highly suggest if you try Lucy, go for the apple ice. It's awesome.
If you try it, I highly recommend grabbing one off Dylan's desk. There are some rules surrounding that. If there's 2 left in there, you're allowed to take one. If there's 1 left, you're not allowed to take Dylan's last one.
That's right. Will implemented those rules for himself. And
They're
he
good
stuck
rules.
to them, and I appreciate it a lot.
They're good rules. They're good rules.
Yes.
Level up your nicotine routine with Lucy. Go to lucy.co/steam. Use code STEAM to get 20% off your first order. Lucy's got a 30-day refund policy if you change your mind, which you won't. Again, that's lucy.co. Use code STEAM to get 20% off. Here comes the fine print. Lucy products are only for adults of legal age, and every order is age verified. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. Dylan, I have a question for you.
Yes, Will, go ahead.
What'd you get into this weekend?
Oh, thanks for asking. Pretty lovely little weekend. All-time weather weekend. All-time. Friday, had the little man. We just kind of watched movies, hung out, cooked a little dinner. he requested chili, a little warm for chili, but he was craving it. So, of course, we made him chili. And it was really good.
Beans or nah?
Beans.
Added cows, added protein.
Yeah. Chelsea makes chili with beans, and she does a great job of it. So I'm not going to request no
She's
beans.
still dropping a little venison in there?
No, Vinny.
Mm.
No. Saturday.
I once went to a chili thing where people brought like numerous chilies to see who had the best chili.
Cook-off. Chili
A
cook-off.
Texas style chili cook-off. And you know what won?
Beans.
A chili that was made from a New York Times recipe. Didn't really sit well with me. I kind of felt like one of the cowboys in the Pace commercials.
Really?
Was this the one that Micah entered?
No, I felt bad for Micah. Micah got fucking dominated.
He got smoked?
It wasn't even his problem. His chili was really good, but like there were a couple chilies there that were just like some of the best I've ever had.
Really?
Anyway, enough about chili.
Damn. Saturday stepped out a bit. Got a few fellers together, plus Chelsea and one of her friends, and we went to Bolden Acres. Had a few adult beverages there, and parlayed that into a Maddles trip.
Maddle Ranchos. Went
to Maddle Ranchos, and did a few people in my group get a little too intoxicated? Yeah, they did. Did we have fun? Yeah, we did. We got way too much beef fajitas.
How many pounds?
2.5 pounds to split among 6 people, and then someone got quesadillas. A lot of beef.
2.5 pounds is a lot.
I'm talking 3 full platters of beef fajita.
Who took home that extra beef?
We did a good job of clearing it out, so much so that there was so little left that no one took it home. There was some left, but not enough to like get even like half a meal out of it.
Did you give it to the waitress?
No.
Like
When
that
you
one
order
time?
fajitas, let's say you order 2.5 pounds, do they just weigh the meat and then put the vegetables in, or do they weigh everything with the vegetables too?
That's a really good question.
I think it's just the beef, the meat.
Yeah. You
think-
would like to think that.
I also don't think they're over there weighing it. You know, it's like this feels like about no one's gonna like
You
when
think
we bring
they're
it to the
eyeballing
table.
it?
They're not gonna check us. You know, they didn't bring a scale.
That would be nice if they had tableside scale
Yeah.
just to prove it.
Met Longhorn legend Derek Johnson at Matzo Rancho.
DJ.
Kevin gave him a big hug and it was like, "Hey man, do I know you?" He goes, "Nope." But very nice man. We talked for a minute. Very nice dude.
How's he looking?
Skinny. He's lost a bunch of weight.
Good for him.
Yeah, he looks good. He looks great. Very nice man. Yeah, Sunday, just an all-time outdoor day. What you got?
I just Googled Derek Johnson. Don't know who the fuck it is.
ICK.
Possibly the greatest Longhorn linebacker of all time. Had a nice career with the Chiefs. Maybe one of the all-time leading tacklers for the Kansas City Chiefs. Definitely way up there.
He's held in high regard up there, I think.
Yeah, he was a great pro. Yeah, Sunday just walked the dog, got a little workout in, just enjoyed the weather a little bit, just chilled, man. It was a reset day, and that's it. Had a lovely weekend. Baseball practice yesterday. Parks hitting the cover off the ball, man. Love to see it.
Like actually,
No, not actually. It's
I
very.
was gonna
hard to
say
do.
you might need to get him some camps if he's doing that. Like get some eyes on him.
Parks wanted to see if I could throw a ball up and hit over the fence. I grabbed his coach's fungo bat. You know what a fungo bat is, Will?
Obviously.
It's
That's
what
tough.
the
That's
bat-
a tough question.
See, here's the thing. We talked about this in the office the other day. We talked about this in the office
I'm
just the other
sorry.
day.
I didn't
the
mean
other
to
day,
direct that at you.
The other day, they were talking about an NFL player. And I asked, wait, who are you guys talking about? And then instead of saying the person's name, Dylan responded to me and said, oh, this really good receiver for the blah, blah, blah in the NFL. And I'm like, yeah, I don't really need the mansplanation. I
I'm
just want to
sorry.
know who you're talking about. I know I
Anyway.
don't play fantasy. I know I'm not on the betting apps all the time, placing your parlays that you like to play.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that.
Piece of shit.
I grabbed the fungo bat and I hit one. They're designed to where you can, with minimal effort, you can hit a ball really hard. Like the way the length and the weight of them. It's for batting. It's for fielding practice. Anyway, I hit one about a mile, and the kids were like, "Oh, how'd you do that?" It was fucking cool. They loved
Did you
it.
tell him hard work?
I just showed him my bicep. I said, "This is how, little guy."
Really? Okay.
Yeah. And that's it, man.
What do you think? I'll give you 3 guesses. What is Derek Johnson's middle name?
Larry.
That's 1. You're not going to get it. It's O'Hara.
Okay.
Derek O'Hara Johnson.
Interesting. I wouldn't have gotten there.
He's only 42. He's a Waco guy.
He is a Waco guy.
Bears let him get away. Darn it. I get it. They weren't very good back then.
Yeah.
Okay.
They need Bryles to come through.
Well, I don't know if that's happening. Just seems like that ship has sailed.
How about your weekend, Davey?
I didn't hug any ex-Longhorns, I don't think. Did I? No, I did not.
Wait, are you sure?
Yeah, I don't
Think
know.
about it. I don't know if you did either.
No, I would have texted y'all. I would have
Yeah.
texted the Lutes. Blaine would have to do a shot for that. That should be a new rule.
Group text fell off after football season ended.
It really did. It
Sad.
really did. It's crazy. No one's really just randomly ripping shots throughout a weekend. But here's what I did. Friday evening, we had a little gathering of some of the kids from my son's school. They did a little cookout. Burgers, dogs, sausage, the whole deal. I went by the gas station. I was like, well, I'm not going to show up without bringing some beers. Picked up a Sixer Lone Star, some Lone Star Tallies.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, some Loney's, some Loney boys. Los Loney boys is what I was calling them.
Okay.
Well, I picked those up, okay? And I brought them over there. And got over there. And this is a slight exaggeration, but everybody was just kind of drinking wine. And I kind of pulled in with the Sixer, the tall boys, and I just kind of set them down on the kitchen island.
Nothing to be ashamed of.
And I was tall boy guy. I didn't even put them in the fridge.
Good. Nah, they don't. I'll drink them fast enough. Leave them out.
You know the target on a axe throwing game? Like, you know, you can go to places and do axe throwing and stuff. There's a kids version of that. I don't know if you've seen this, but it's kind of sick. They had it in their backyard. It is it's not Nerf, but I would say it's Nerf adjacent.
Okay.
And they have plastic toy axes and toy ninja stars. And you throw it, and they're not sharp, obviously. And the kids were loving it. And I was like, dude, I would like this for me. Even though I'm kind of anti going to corporate axe throwing events. People know that. Don't invite me. I won't go.
I've seen too many videos of the ounce bouncing back at the person throwing it. I don't know how they're still allowed to exist.
Right. A little bit of liability there.
A lot.
But with these, like, if it does bounce back, it doesn't really matter, again, because it's not a real axe or a real ninja star.
Right.
And I got into a conversation with somebody, and I was thinking, I was way too old when I realized that ninja stars weren't like a common thing that people just walked around with. Because, growing up as a Ninja Turtle kid, I just assumed there's dudes out there, like,
Nunchucks too.
yeah, I thought like that was a thing. There's going to be dudes out there you have to watch out for. They got nunchucks. They got ninja stars. It's like, this is something you're going to have to deal with. It's not. Lucky for us. Now it's just firearms. So Saturday.
That was just concealed weapons.
Yeah. Now it's just guns. Saturday, man, big outdoor weekend. As Dylan mentioned, we had a good weather weekend. We were outside all weekend. We did back-to-back trips to the park. Did a lot of sliding. Brought the dog. Let him go around his old stomping grounds, the old park by our old house. Out there for a long, long time. Kind of feeling it today. A lot of cedar, a lot of elm, a little bit of mold.
I blew some leaves yesterday, and I was worried about the post game.
You should put on a face diaper. There's no shame in that when you're doing yard work.
Dude, nice face diaper.
Some random guy just walking by your yard as you're doing yard work. You're not
I'm
even
not
safe.
opposed to the bandana, man. Like, I think
No.
that actually looks hard.
I think it's a good thing.
Yeah.
People are like, Dave, where are you at in your Mad Men journey? Well, it took a back seat because I am now, Alyssa and I are too deep in Severance season 2.
Okay.
We started it.
Okay.
And my thoughts, you ready for this? First thing that came to mind, should have rewatched season 1. Should have rewatched it.
I get a little annoyed whenever I am going to go watch a new season of something that hasn't been out for a while, and there isn't a recap of the previous season somewhere. I tried to do this with Industry, and there was just no season recap anywhere to be found. And I was like, HBO or whoever would just be very well served by just putting this on their YouTube page. So if I Google it or anyone, maybe someone wants to skip a season and just be current.
How long did you wait or have to wait between season 1 and 2?
For what?
Which wasn't there a big gap in industry?
In industry, there's a big gap, and then Severance, I think there's a huge gap. And so, like, it just seems like one of those things that it happens with every show. The only show that I actually remember doing it well was Stranger Things.
Oh yeah.
Which, Randy, you said you were doing a rewatch in light of recent events.
I don't know what the joke here is, and no, I'm not doing a rewatch.
Okay.
But YouTube usually has recaps for everything. You just have to talk into your remote. Industry season 1 recap, and someone's done it.
Is that why you came in with a brace on
I
your
just
hand?
said that I tried to search for that on YouTube, and I came up with nothing.
And there was no. See, that's the thing with watching nerdy shows. That if like there's probably at least 5 different recaps from different like YouTube nerdy guys. So it's great. But what are we talking about in light of recent events?
What you said, you've been looking at a lot of paparazzi pics lately of 11.
Oh, okay. So calm down. I ain't Drake.
Damn, he's not even safe on this show. I did SNL. I look forward to watching SNL with your host, Shane Gillis, and musical guest, of course, Tate McRae, who we're all familiar with.
Did they do a bad job of marketing this episode? I didn't know Shane Gillis was the host until after the show was over.
No.
I feel like I'm in tune with that stuff.
No, but here's the deal. We're an NBC in the morning family.
Okay.
So I saw a lot of I'm Shane Gillis and I'm hosting SNL, and they have a cast member out there. They do the bit, Tate McRae, they were good.
Might have just been a blind spot for me. I feel like I'm usually pretty in tune with who the host is.
I should
any upcoming week, and like, and the next day I was like, wait, was Mike Myers the host? And then I realized that it was Gillis, and I was like, what's going on?
Can I give you a little Mike Myers?
What's going on? I saw a little clip of him.
So he's the Elon now.
Yeah.
He's doing their Elon.
Yeah.
They cold opened with the Trump, JD Vance, Little Marco, Zelensky meeting, and spoiler, yeah, Mike Myers does Elon, and it does a pretty good job. Do you want a full review? You want a quick review of SNL? I know you're gonna watch it.
I'm gonna watch.
Okay, it was
I watched the couple of beers.
that was a highlight. People are saying it's like the best thing they've done in 20 years, and I just don't agree with that.
Yeah, I unfortunately didn't laugh nearly enough to justify some of the takes I saw being thrown out, but it was a very funny sketch.
It was a good sketch. It was good. It was one of the better ones they did. I will say it feels like they're writing for Shane Gillis, which I know you're writing for the host, but they're trying to write stuff that Shane would find funny.
Possible he wrote it.
Maybe. But a lot of it just, it wasn't a great episode.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a bummer.
It wasn't bad. The monologue, I'm very interested in the monologue.
Okay.
It's, he's trying
I'll probably watch it tonight. Last night it was on the table, but it got punted for Traders and White Lotus.
Okay. And Tate McRae, Dylan, the one you're always talking about, she performed.
How'd she do?
Very talented. Choreography wise.
Okay.
Then I watched the Oscars last night. Some of it. And then I watched White Lotus. Thank you.
Can you review Honora?
I do want to see that. I want to watch that. And I also want to watch the Jesse Eisenberg, Kieran Culkin, that Kieran Culkin won Best Supporting Actor for.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to watch a lot of the movies on the Oscars. I just don't see myself actually doing it.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Like I've got a list, and then I will end up watching like season 4, episode 3 of Mad Men.
Yeah.
With zero context.
Exactly.
I'm that
exactly.
I'm that type of dude. How about you, Will?
Had a pretty shit weekend.
God, sorry.
For being such a good weather weekend fucking sucked. So in lieu of my weekend, I'm going to bring up a conversation piece that I'd like to talk about. Randy, can you bring up the tweet that I sent you, please?
Yeah, sure, of course.
I'm not bringing up this tweet to roast anybody in particular or anything. I'm not going to roast anybody here. But friend of the pod, noted New York meetup attendee Casey Smith tweeted out her splitting the G thing. Randy, can you zoom in on the G's, please?
No.
God damn it,
It's got to
Randy.
be a better
The
way.
worst process. The worst process.
Okay, so
So naturally, conversation started occurring here. The one on the left, it's under. The one on the right is over.
Pretty good efforts, though.
Pretty good efforts, but real traditionalists would not accept either of these. Unfortunately, I'm not lumping myself into being the traditionalist
I
here.
think the traditionalists would say that the one on the right is correct.
No.
No,
You have to rest it on the little G the little G flat part.
the little G thing.
Oh, I thought you
Little
just had a
G thing.
split between there.
No,
No, it needs to rest.
which is what real ball knowers do.
Well, so then a guy tweeted it. His name's Collie Tyrell. I don't know this guy. He's got 32,000 people. He said, "I'll never accept splitting the G. In my youth in Dublin, it was called the Guinness game, and the goal was below the harp and above the G. This is blasphemy.
But he means below the harp, above the ends.
There is a way to do it between the G.
Oh, okay. Is there a fine?
Yeah, it's a
line
fine
there?
line.
Okay.
And I saw a lot of support for this, and I'm also very confused.
I am too.
Because in 2019, we went to London and Edinburgh. We hung out with our Scottish friend for the entire week. She taught us the game and taught us between the harp and everything. Then, as we started going, people in the United States started to go down to the resting on top of the G. Then, when we had our Guinness deal at Kelly's, we started going to Kelly's Irish Pub. And while we weren't allowed to split the G for the Guinness deal, we talked it out with the people there who are Irish, and they told us that it needs to be resting on the G.
And they're actual Irish people.
It's just
On the
like, what
top
are we
of the
doing
G.
here? And so, like, I feel like
On
circling back itself needs to come up with what we deem it to be, and everyone else's opinion be damned, because within our little micro economy of, people, I just feel like we need an answer here, and I don't know what to do. What are we accepting? What are we not accepting?
I kind of like having different interpretations. It gives you more opportunities to successfully complete the challenge.
But have you been at a pub lately where somebody will do it and they'll get in between the harp and the Guinness, even though we're all doing the other way, and then they'll act like they did it? I had this happen recently, and I was like, man, I'm not going to call you, but like, I feel like you're kind of acting like you tried to get here.
Resting it on the G obviously is more difficult to do because the other one has a margin of error, right?
Yeah.
And you'd have to drink more down to get to that G thing.
Yeah,
I
the
don't
G
know what it's
thing.
called. What
The
do you
G
call
spot.
it? The G thing.
Serif.
The G spot.
Serif?
The serif.
Serif.
Call it the
Serif.
G spot.
The G spot. So to me,
horny
that's
play.
like, since it's more difficult to do, I feel like that should be like, the thing.
Kelly says a punch card. In order to do it, you have to rest it on the G.
I feel like they know. Those are some real Irish fuckers.
So you're saying Kelly says it has to be on the
Kelly's
serif.
would not punch your card if that's what your beer looked like, even though if I'm with one of my boys, I'm dapping him up after that.
What's the most aesthetically pleasing way to do it? What looks the best to the eye? Harp or G?
I think between the harp and the Guinness word.
And you're telling me there's a way to get it between the harp and the top?
I
Yeah,
assume you, like,
it's
you have to
very.
hit
I
right
believe
there.
so.
That's difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, it's just difficult as resting on the serif. It's just one line.
it's kind of facts. It's a pixel,
Line's a line. I
Got to hit
guess.
that pixel.
Dude, I'm not good at this game because I end up just drinking the entire beer. You know what I mean?
In one gulp.
In one gulp, man. I have a drinking problem.
I wonder.
Well, I think if anyone's going to settle this, it's you. 'Cause you're more Guinness coded than I certainly am.
Look at Randy.
I think for us, we should go by what Kelly's Irish Pub tells us to do, whether we think it's correct or not, because I think that's where we're most likely to do it. And I also think that I want a punch card.
That's our. They are our ambassadors from Ireland. That's who we look to for all things Irish.
So we're officially saying this one here. That
Yes.
has to be on the
I
serif.
think so. I think I'd rather go the other way, but I think that the way the world is trending, and I think that because of our local pub doing it this way, I think we have to do it resting on the serif, or as Dylan says, the G spot.
All right, so that's official. That's the circling back way.
Okay.
It's tough. I don't think I've
Thank
been
you,
able to do
Randy.
it yet.
That's good
Hold on,
work.
Randy, can you actually circle that a few more times?
These
Fucking
diagrams
John
Randy's
Madden
doing
over
over
here.
here.
Thank you. That's perfect.
Sean Madden.
That's
Thank
perfect. Okay, I'm glad we talked that out.
Yeah.
Killer weekend.
Thank you. I just figured that would be more inspiring than my weekend.
What if your whole weekend was just you just like thinking about the Guinness game?
I did think about it for a while last night. I did.
You're just stewing on it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think the highlight of my entire weekend was watching Traders last night. Y'all are fools for not being in on this. It
I
is
know.
electric. For the first time all season, we got a cliffhanger to end the most recent episode, which is just straight up not cool.
Damn.
Not cool. They did it last season too. Please get in. I'm just telling you now. The show's got aura, dude.
How much longer do you have left? Does it have left?
One episode, I believe.
Okay.
Maybe two. I think the next episode is the final people though. It's gonna be good. Speaking of aura, wow, that's crazy how that worked out. We all know people that like taking photos. Dylan's addicted to taking them on his iPhone 11. But there are hundreds of pictures that are just wasting away on your phones, much like people do in Margaritaville. Start putting them to good use with a unique, stylish digital picture frame from Aura Frames. It was named the #1 digital picture frame by Wirecutter, and for good reason. It's so easy to set up. They got so many different frame options. Here's the thing. Just yesterday, I was looking at my frame. Had a little mixture of photos. Had some portrait photos that were paired nicely together. Had some landscape photos that just looked so fire on that digital frame. These things are the best gift of all time. When I update the frame, I always get a message from my mom just being like, thank you so much, or saw you updated it. She's always very excited about it.
I need to check out that video feature that I haven't been able to
Yeah, big
check
dog.
out. Yeah.
Yeah, video guy Randy Savage, he figured out that you can do 30-second vids on there.
Like you said, the best gift. Ever since I gave my mom one, she updates me weekly on how much she loves it.
I think I took one from the office, and I'm now realizing that we didn't set that up. I got one just floating around the house that I need to get on.
Damn, son.
Dude, save that thing.
The best part comes with unlimited storage. All you need is the free Aura app and a Wi-Fi connection. You can upload as many photos and videos as you want. Right now, you can save on the perfect gift that keeps on giving by visiting auraframes.com. Just auraframes.com. For a limited time, listeners can get $20 off their best-selling Carver matte frame with code CIRCLING. That's auraframes.com, promo code CIRCLING. Support the show by mentioning us at checkout. Terms and conditions do apply. Doge, the Department of Government Efficiency. They're making the government more efficient. They're going through, they're finding wasted funds.
Mm-hmm. Fraud.
There's a team of people who are, trying to, suss out some fraud, see where they can make some inefficiencies into efficiencies. It's good to see the government working in an efficient manner. Speaking of, do you guys see that they're thinking of rebranding the New York Strip as the Texas Strip? Per Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick.
I was going to say, it's about time we get on this, you know?
I've just been thinking the one thing that we can do to make the government more efficient is start renaming shit that we don't need to rename.
All right, so what's the justification for changing it from New York Strip to the Texas Strip?
Well, Office of the Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick, if you want to follow them on x.com, it's LTGOVTX for the ad. He said factoid.
Just say fact.
He said factoid.
Oh, man, I hate factoid.
Texas has about 12.2 million head of cattle, the most in America. I met with Texas cattle feeders and cattle raisers this week. Out of curiosity, I asked them their favorite cut of meat. A few said New York Strip. And I asked why we didn't call it a Texas Strip because New York has mostly dairy cows. Just because a New York restaurant named Texas Beef and New York Strip in the 19th century doesn't mean we need to keep doing that. So the Texas Senate will file a concurrent resolution to officially change the name of the New York Strip to the Texas Strip in the Lone Star State. What the fuck is he doing?
I kind of like this may I may have to give away my Texas card, but every time I order a New York Strip, which isn't very often because I think it's kind of like a tier 2 order at a nice steakhouse.
I like a strip.
I do too.
I always kind of think like I'm in like the There's a big band playing, like Sinatra, and I'm eating the New York Strip, doing something like real cool. I checked my top coat when I walked in. One of those things. I feel like I'm eating something special, even though there's many, many other cuts that are better.
You know, Parks is contributing to this 12.2 million head of cattle. He's got 2 of them now.
Names?
Actually, I'm sorry. One of them has yet to be born. His cow, her name is Sideways.
After the movie? Is he a big Paul Giamatti fan?
Yes.
Paul Wall.
He could have gone in that auction.
Yeah, Parks has one, soon to be 2. The Parks Cattle Company is up and running.
Does he have it on the side of his truck?
Yes, he does.
Do we need to do this?
I don't know, man. This seems petty and a waste of time, but whatever. I mean,
I read about the name in the restaurant. At the time, the beef was mainly coming from like the Midwest, Kansas City. It's also called, like, I didn't know this, a Kansas City strip. Some people call it that. I don't know if that's
So I saw that on a menu one time, and I was so rattled that I just didn't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
Well, he said liberal New York shouldn't get credit for our hardworking ranchers. We promote the Texas brand on everything made or grown in Texas because it benefits our economy and jobs. After session ends this summer, I might take a short cruise across the Gulf of America and have a juicy, medium rare Texas strip.
adding liberal to New York shouldn't get the credit. Like, liberal New York, I don't know if that needs to be in there. I don't know what it adds to the conversation about naming a cut of meat, but whatever.
Does he kind of have a point? Like, I guess, but like, I just think there's probably other places within, our official government ongoings where we could be allocating some time.
Probably.
And they're just having a little fun, man.
I just think it'd be sicker if instead of Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick passing laws, we had like radio personality Dan Patrick doing it.
Dan Patrick. He'll always be the real Dan Patrick to me.
He is.
Me too.
He is. If you grew up in the 90s, he's the only Dan Patrick that matters.
You know, I can criticize this, but I also am still ordering freedom fries.
True.
No, you aren't.
That's all I eat.
You don't call them freedom fries.
You don't know that.
I do know.
When was the last time you had French fries with me?
It's been a minute.
It's been a long, long time.
Yeah.
You know I'm a freedom fry guy. Have been. 2 decades. We're going on 2 decades now of freedom fries.
I said this out there in the bullpen earlier, but we just signed Trump signed an executive order naming English the official language of the United States. Why didn't he just change it to American while we're at it?
Soft move from him.
Just
Showing
rename it to
there.
American.
Just do it.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Apparently we can do whatever we want.
Was English not already like the...
Hold on, he's rolling.
Like, was it not?
I guess it was like, it wasn't official, even though it's definitely been official for a long time.
Because like I've Googled like for other countries, like what's the official language of this country? What do they speak? Then I would assume that if you Googled that about the United States of America, that it would just come up as English.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm looking at some other
We're doing bits.
I'm looking at some other like foods named after places. I've never had a lot of these. Peking duck.
Peking duck.
I don't want to pay my king.
I think it's different. I don't know if that's how it breaks down.
Oh, okay. I'm not really sure.
That's how we got this country, though.
Yeah. Like, should we rename Kobe beef? It's not.
Rest in
It's not
peace.
Kobe. That beef ain't Kobe Bryant.
That's certainly not.
It's true. I have brought up the Texas Roadhouse menu here, and I'm ready to go off.
Is it really Texas toast if the bread is made somewhere outside of Texas?
You know what? That's a great point. What sets Texas toast apart from just garlic bread?
It's not garlic bread, is it? It's just
thought it was.
It's just a thick piece of bread.
It's just a thick, sopping wet with butter piece of bread, right?
Yeah.
I think you could put garlic on it, but I don't know if they're one and the same.
I thought Texas toast had garlic.
I thought it was like thick toast.
I feel like all the Texas toast I have has a garlic tinge to it.
Whoa. What is this? Not only, now I'm confused because what's this?
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, but
Oh.
it's Texas toast with real garlic.
But it's New York.
New York. Oh,
New York
no.
bakery.
New York Texas toast.
It's made with New York water, so it's different.
Yeah, I understood Texas toast used to be a thick piece of bread that's buttered and toasted.
That would make a little bit more sense than this.
Yeah,
I'm gonna yucca that and see what's up.
Sure, it's
probably not great.
Bakes in 5 to 8 minutes, Dylan. You know these are good though.
That's quick.
These are good in a pinch. If you really like,
Oh yeah,
when you sit down and you're like, oh, I made this delightful plate of spaghetti and meatballs, but you know what I need? I need a big piece of bread to go with it.
Why don't we make more sandwiches using Texas toast? I know it's a little decadent. I know it's a little,
Rich.
yeah. But like, I've never been to a restaurant where they're like, oh, we serve this on Texas toast. Like, think about a breakfast sandwich on Texas toast. I know it's unhealthy. Dylan.
Whataburger does it. I think. Oh, do they? It's like a Texas toast.
Their chicken finger sandwich.
Is
That's
that's on
on
Texas
bread
toast,
instead
isn't
of
it?
buns. So I think that's Texas.
Will,
toast.
could I interest you
Yeah.
in Texas toast grilled cheese?
Yeah, you could. You really could. Well, only if it's actually toasted and made in Texas, though. Otherwise, it's just going to be called American toast.
Can I read this excerpt from Texas Monthly?
Okay.
Why is it called Texas Toast in the USA? The story goes that Haley, in an effort to wow his customers, clearly a restaurant owner, placed an order for sandwich bread sliced at double the normal thickness. But then, upon learning that this Texas-sized bread would not fit into the restaurant's toaster, buttered the big slices and toasted them on the griddle. And voila, Texas toast. Underrated Micah moment.
Viola. Gotta love them.
It's too big for the toaster, Jim. It ain't gonna fit in that toaster,
throw it
Hoss.
on the grill there, Hoss.
That ain't gonna fit. Oh, you don't think it'll fit?
That's Texas.
You ain't throwing it away. We don't waste around here.
Yes, Dylan. It is Texas toast on Whataburger for the
Okay.
sandwich.
I bet
go.
that's so good.
It is.
Wait,
Is that the strips?
The strips and the patty.
That's
melt
what I get
are
at
both
Whataburger.
on,
Is
The
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 Texas
patty
toast.
melt is on?
it's on Texas toast? Yeah.
Are we sure? I don't know if I believe the website.
Oh, how's she
Yeah, it
doing?
is.
I've had numerous patty melts from there. I've never noticed the overly buttered bread.
Your mom's friend, Patty Melt?
Yeah, patty melt.
Mrs. Melt?
I do love a patty melt.
Yeah,
man.
didn't she get a hip replacement last week?
Yeah, she's doing all right.
Meal train going
She'll
well
be
for
back
her?
on her feet in no
Mhm.
time.
Yep.
That was good too. I'm just hungry.
Let's
You
talk.
got out Whataburgered, sorry.
I did have Whataburger for breakfast yesterday. Just craving a honey buttered chicken biscuit.
He's just sitting on this gold. We did Weekend and Fun like 15
Yeah.
minutes ago, and you just sat on that.
I did that in a taquito.
Okay. Who likes the taquitos here? We're a fan of taquito. No.
They're fine. They're
I'm
fine. Like, I'm not saying they're the best thing in the world. Dylan just weirdly hates them.
It's-
It's kind of, honestly, it feels like there's something else like underneath the surface. Because like when we talk about it, he
Personal.
gets like really upset.
First of all, I don't even know why they're called taquitos. They're
Well,
just
dude,
they're just
okay.
tacos.
Yeah, it's pretty big. Yeah.
And they're very mid.
Because they're
Mid-
little tacos.
Mid, you need mid sometimes.
Mid has its place. Okay, if we can agree that they're mid, then I have no argument beyond that.
There's something about it though. Like they're like the flour tortilla has been like steamed well. There's eggs and cheese, gets all gooey, and then once you really just toss some of that verde salsa on there, it turns into a very sneaky good little taco.
They don't do like a shredded cheese on their eggs. I think they just throw in a big slice of cheese.
I've always understood
way
a
it
taquito
melts.
to be fried.
I think there is a version. I just don't think it's the Whataburger version.
You're thinking the little frozen ones that you,
Yes.
when you're a kid, they
I used to
fucking
eat the
go
shit
hard.
out
Yeah.
of those.
Ew.
They have a little bit of meat. They have very little meat in them, and you just dunk them,
Oh yeah.
and you put them in your mouth. And you go, you do that bit. You did that. You all
Yeah.
did it.
I saw Randy.
Yeah.
He was doing the cigar bit with the lady at the networking event the other night with his.
Oh,
My
yeah.
flauta.
Yeah,
that
with his hard-ass
that was
flauta.
absolutely disgusting.
Yeah.
I respect the flauta. I
love
don't
those.
know if I respect Matt's flautas. They're always too crunchy.
I do love a taquito.
Yeah.
I like it. I like a taquito, a flauta you can pick up, and like you're telling a story and you pick it up and
Mhm.
use it for emphasis.
Is that what you do?
You hold it.
typically?
You hold.
Yeah.
Is that what Clinton was always doing? He was imagining himself holding a flauta.
Yeah. And then Monica came in.
I showed her my flauta.
And then he put that flauta somewhere.
Yeah, I
Jesus.
saw her call her daddy the other day. She was calling me daddy at the time.
Is that true?
Yes,
She did this show?
she did. They were talking about how it was represented in the media.
Do you think the media handled it well?
You know, they called it the Monica Lewinsky scandal, when in reality it was me cheating.
That's a good point.
They should have called it the Clinton,
You think Twitter would have handled it well if we had Twitter back then?
brother. I would have been cooked by the chat, brother. My Clinton's not that good. It's getting worse.
I'm taking L's. It's actually probably pretty close to what he sounds like. He's very old. Although he looked okay at the Jimmy Carter.
I feel like he's been
funeral.
looking better.
There was a time
he
where
went
he
through a
looked
stretch
bad.
where he had to have had a health problem or
Yeah,
something that they
something
weren't
was
talking
up.
about because he looked
Something was up. Had to re-up on that adrenochrome.
he didn't look great.
What, Dylan?
I don't know what that is.
Okay, well,
No,
do your
you're-
science
Yeah,
homework.
we need a touching based episode just to explain that one to Dylan.
Yo.
What the hell was that?
Texas toast. Yeah, we should definitely change this.
Dare you to order it at when we go to Texas Roadhouse. Say I'll get the Texas strip. See if they know what it is.
Freedom fries, Texas strip. They bring you out like a little red hat to wear while you're eating it. It's fun. We're having fun.
I'm gonna start calling it Middle East toast since bread was originated in the Middle East in around 8,000 BC.
Yeah, Dylan, what do you think about that, you bitch?
What happens at Texas Roadhouse when I order a piece of Middle East toast with my meal?
I thought it probably wouldn't go well.
I don't even know. I don't think they have Texas toast there. Those rolls are too good that they don't need any other type of
That's a great
bread.
point.
Those rolls. Oh,
Just keep in your pants, big
oh,
dog.
Calm down.
Those rolls.
Okay, to all my Texas Roadhouse haters out there, I want one of you. I went back and I looked at the menu and I think what I ordered was barbecue chicken.
It's not the play.
Well, I didn't know that.
Oh.
To anyone out there who rides for Texas Roadhouse, tell me your thoughts on the barbecue chicken at the very least. Because if you think that barbecue chicken is good, then like we are just really far apart.
I have had it before because my brother used to get it, and let me tell you, it's fine. It's probably below average,
It had the consistency of a pork chop, which is concerning.
especially compared to their ribs and their steaks. Like it's far in between.
Who's
I thought
ordering
chicken at a
ribs?
southern restaurant would be like good, and it was just so unremarkable. But Randy's gonna order me when we go, so I'm not worried about it.
It's known for beef.
Mm-hmm. That is, you can look in the butcher block and you can see cuts of beef. Nowhere else does that. Literally, no other restaurant ever does that.
One Texas strip, please. Can we talk White Lotus?
We won't do the song this time. I don't want to bust out any eardrums.
Can I actually read? Can I actually read an email that we received from a listener? I say from a listener and not a name because this person was too fucking soft to put their name behind their fucking take.
Put your name on it
Did they
next
submit
time,
this
huh?
on the website?
They submitted it with a blank name. They submitted email is no@email.com just to show how big of a fucking wimp they are.
Now, maybe this person's name is No.
The subject is White Lotus themes, and they got an email at email.com.
They work at email.
Email.com.
He said, I'm begging for you guys to stop trying to sing the White Lotus theme song. Just in that, I have an issue with it. We're
We
not
didn't try.
trying. We are.
We crushed it.
We are. It's fucking high-pitched, loud, and terrible. It's an awful experience during the podcast. It makes me want to unsubscribe and give a 1-star review based on that alone. It's worse than when rappers put cop sirens in their songs that fuck with you when you are driving. Well,
Does he have a point, though? How does it sound, Randy?
It's pretty bad. Yeah, you can.
All
I
right.
think even if you go back to that episode, you can hear me going like, "What do you guys?"
No,
do?"
Randy was laughing his ass off while
I
we were
was
doing it
laughing,
last
but
time.
because I thought it was bad.
Well, to no@email.com, I say this to you, sir.
I'm doing it softer this
Okay,
time.
yeah, that's a little better. It's definitely better.
We're gonna get a review.
I don't care.
That person just unsubscribed now.
Just turn it down.
I don't want to hear from that person. I want to hear from yes@email.com.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, season 3, episode 3.
Thoughts?
I wanted a little bit more to happen. I think I wanted the trouble back home with, is it Tony, the head of the southern dude, the dad, Tim.
Tony.
I don't know where I got that. Tony Ratliff.
He just doesn't even give Tony.
Tim Ratliff. T-word. T-name. I wanted more.
I'm having trouble watching him. He's
It's
going
tough.
through it, man.
It's tough. He's the anxiety spiker for me.
When he's clearly popping those, what's he popping? Lorazepam?
Lorazepam.
Yeah.
He's popping those lorazepams. That's a dangerous road to go down because he's starting to like them.
Well,
He's starting to need them.
When he was doing it, my first thought was like, if he doesn't usually do this, he's gonna fall asleep. And it made me really happy that they stayed true and he was just completely passed out.
When he woke up, was he mad that that like, oh damn, I snapped out of it and I still have all these problems, or was he mad he missed dinner?
I don't know.
Did y'all watch
It's a dope dinner.
Did you watch a teaser for next week?
I did.
There's a super cut of him just popping them.
He loves him, dude. He loves him. Good. I'm glad. Hey, man, maybe this is like who we're going to talk about later. Maybe he just needs a hero dose to clear his conscience a little bit.
Maybe so.
And that hero dose of lorazepam hits a lot different.
Yeah, it doesn't really. I'll be honest. Hitting those back to back to back to back doesn't sound great.
No,
Like,
kind of sad. And then when they showed him wake up fully clothed on the hotel bed, we've all been there. And like he wakes up and realizes, oh damn, I still have all these problems. It's just like, that's a tough thing. Like it's kicked off.
The conversation, the three lady friends who were there, the conversation they had when they realized that one of them, the one who lives in Austin and is married to Dave, the owner of a company, or the company owner, was really funny to me.
it was great.
They couldn't believe that she was
Kate.
mixing it up with Republicans and going to church and may have voted for Trump, and her husband certainly did. They're just like, they can't believe it. It's so funny.
Classic coastal elites.
I mean, the second that dialogue started going down, Sally and I were just sitting there being like, all right, what church is she going to?
Yeah.
What,
They
what
live in
company would her
Westlake.
husband own?
They're Westlake, right?
I don't know, man. I could see him being Terrytown and going to Good Shepherd. I could see him being, they could live on Lake Austin.
Yeah.
She gives rich. They're at the White Lotus in Thailand.
The takeaway from this is it like, oh my gosh, this person's Republican, or is it these friends are super judgmental of someone who's Republican?
Well, I don't think
They're all judging.
What side is the commentary on?
They're
here?
extremely like, they've all three talked shit about one of, you know what I'm saying? They've
Yeah.
all been in positions where one of them's getting flamed by the other two
Yeah,
for different things.
that's right. Yeah, good point.
I kind of wish they had a threesome of dudes on this show, like that was
Nice.
competing with the girls, and the guys were just like not talking shit about each other at all, and they were just like, all right,
Just boys.
what time's our tea time? All right, let's go get some beers. I'm ready for. Sorry, I have the list up. I'm trying to get the names right, and I don't want to get them wrong. Lori, Carrie Coon.
Mm-hmm.
I just want her to get on this guy at this point. I want her to bounce on it.
Is she gonna make a move?
She will. She will. I think she's going to leave this. I think she's going to leave this season looking phenomenal. Like, I think they dressed her down in the opening episodes, and I think when she leaves, she either leaves the resort looking like a brand new human being, or she just stays at the resort forever and bangs this dude. Works remotely. She's a lawyer. Fuck it. Walton Goggins letting all the snakes out of the cage.
Okay, when he got a hold of that Thai weed, which I did not expect him to just go into a store and get. I thought he was about to just go in there and find like some weed on the street. Him just walking in and getting that. That's been a highlight of the season because Walton Goggins' face just when he's just absolutely zooted.
I have a question about that. If he's like that desperate for weed, he's only buying one joint.
Good point.
Like, I feel like he would have bought like a
That was a hooter, though.
little dime bag at least and taken it back to the hotel, smoking on that porch of his. I mean, he's got a nice ass room. Yeah, that was a fucking doink if I've ever seen
Yeah,
one.
you don't let cobras out of their cage.
I respected it though. He was high, dude. You can't blame him.
You felt bad for him.
I got a question.
I'd never go to a snake show when I'm high.
It's
It's
not
a
for me.
reptile house.
Yeah.
That's the thing about it.
Just
What's the
sounds
turnaround
nasty.
on going to the hospital for a cobra bite?
Didn't
Yeah.
they say 15 minutes on the show?
Well, they said they had 15 minutes to get her before, or so she wouldn't die.
Yeah.
If you get bit by a rattlesnake,
Yeah, I don't think you're walking around the same
You're not
day.
walking out that night. I
Is
know
the
it's a-
cobra more?
I think
more
so.
poisonous, more potent.
I would think it's at least as potent.
rattle-
I feel like you're staying there overnight at a minimum.
It's more than a
can-
white bandage over it.
A rattlesnake
Yeah.
can definitely kill you.
Yeah, it's more than the white
Yeah.
bandage.
So cobras are.
What do we think he's done in his life? What do we think has led him to this state of
question.
complete nothingness?
He's got demons.
It does feel like some murdering.
Hitman. Like he has to be a hitman.
He feels like almost like a semi-ethical hitman, like a Dexter type.
Sounds like his dad got killed. Maybe he just went down some path. I don't know what else he could do. I need Saxon to not hook up with the hot girl that's dating Tanya's ex.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to really piss me off if he actually hooks up with her because it's just, I mean, I guess that's how it works in life.
She's giving him the eyes, though.
When the absolute douchebag hooks up with the hot chick, it's just like, well, of course that happened.
What's her name?
Yeah, it really makes me not
Chloe.
like her.
Chloe.
Do you like his Southern Tide polo last night?
It's a good
noticed
the
that.
skip
Frat,
jack.
dude.
I called that out. Dude, it's a good polo.
Whoever is in style, whoever the stylist is for his character, absolutely crushed it. They're like, all right, what's a niche like Southern polo brand we can toss on this dude?
Can I tell you who I had a revelation on who Chloe reminds me of? It's Jenna Sims, Brooks Koepka's wife.
Okay.
There's something there.
Okay.
Gary / Greg's girl.
Right.
Yes, I see
Formerly
that.
Greg.
I see that. I see that.
Yeah.
I want nothing good to happen to those two.
Gary's really not. He's getting away with having like 2 lines this entire season.
Right?
Gary's just there.
I was about to talk about Belinda. I know that her presence on the show is necessary only because of the Gary thing. And like she recognizes him and she knows the backstory with Jennifer Coolidge's character. Character name escapes me at the moment. I'm a little over Belinda. She just doesn't do much for me. You know, but I know that she's necessary for the show's storyline here because of the
Sneaky
Gary thing.
horny too.
She is, but she's just kind of.
I kind of felt that way about. I felt that way about Tanya last season. You know, like I feel like the recurring characters to me move the needle the least for me at this point.
You kind of want to see it work out for her, and that like she made it clear she did not get any of the money that Tanya promised her.
Yeah.
Back in the day, season 1. So you would like to see a scenario where she gets to open her clinic and her wellness retreat, and somebody compensates her appropriately. But dude, her son is the opening scene of the show, of the season. So you know it's a key part of the season.
Yeah, true.
Or you don't know that. It's White Lotus, but
Tell me why when Kenny was putting the moves on Belinda, who clearly wanted him, she just totally didn't pick up the signs or something.
I also thought it was weird that after and she went in the hotel room, there was no like expression of remorse for not taking him down, or like there's no point where she was like, she clearly knew what he wanted.
He was laying it on pretty thick.
Yeah, like she seemed, for someone who had a significant amount of interest, she then seemed to have none.
Yeah, I didn't get it.
Because like I expected her to shut the hotel door and be like, ah.
I thought he was gonna have her in hell in there.
Oh, I thought he was going to be putting
I think
screws
she
to
had him
her.
in hell.
Yeah.
Maybe so.
That dude. No, he doesn't know what he's signing up for.
I think he does. I think he wants to be first on that list.
What was it when she went in and got in bed, and then she kind of looks and she's like, "What the hell's going?" Like she notices something, or she's like acknowledging something's weird,
Maybe
Yeah.
she just couldn't
Almost
figure out why Kenny was doing it.
or she's looking around the room and
No,
you're
that
like,
was weird.
Is somebody in the room? Like you almost, I had thought like, did Gary do something?
Oh,
I just
she heard something.
Yeah, but like there's nothing to see on the on.
It sounded like someone was because I had
And they went right to Kate's scene after that, where she wakes up and hears the girls talking shit about her.
I have subtitles on as I watch every show with subtitles, and it said like wood creaking, like implying that someone was walking out there, like in brackets, wood creaking.
What do they do for the subtitles on the phone calls and stuff with Tim? Do they actually say what he's saying in the phone calls because they're so low, or do they?
Ooh, I don't remember.
Check next time for me.
Okay.
I'm
I
too
think
lazy
they
to
do.
turn it on because like I don't think they're putting any dialogue in that muffled stuff that's like essential. So I've just wondered if they said like muffled.
Yeah, I don't think they include what they're saying.
I don't care about bodyguard guy. He's getting
He's not
bitched
built
by
for
the
that
other
life.
bodyguards, dude.
He's not about that life, dude. Those other bodyguards are bad dudes.
Yeah, he's too soft.
Well, Sally said last night, she's like, I just get anxious about this guy because it's like, he just doesn't have it.
He's kind of a simp.
Like, he's not getting the girl. Oh, he might. I mean, who knows? He might. But like, he doesn't have it.
Yeah, I want my bodyguard with scalp tattoos like the other guy has.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
I don't know. There's something to be said about like a silent killer, but I don't think this guy's a silent killer.
No, he's too soft.
He'll probably kill someone at some point.
I think so his love interest Mook is apparently a big star in Korea. Like
What
the
do we think her
K-pop
deal
world.
is?
I don't know. She's just kind of delightful, really entertaining that guy.
I saw a theory that she could be a villain. She had those conversations with the bodyguards.
Those bodyguards are the ones that robbed that store, right?
It feels like it would be, but I feel like there's some logistics that might say no. But like, yeah, it feels like it.
My theory is the Russian guy, the healer,
Really?
might have had something to do with it.
Because he's Russian and they're sketchy by nature.
No, I wasn't going to think maybe, but just that he kind of was distracting him at that point, and Tori left the gate open, and that car just went in unattended.
Who's y'all's MVP of the season so far?
It's still Parker Posey, aka Victoria Ratliff.
Ooh,
She didn't have much in this episode, but she delivered her lines perfectly when she did speak.
they did dial her back a bit.
Yeah.
My MVP right now is Chelsea.
Okay.
Amy Lou Wood. I think every scene she's been in, she's been great. And I think she's going to make a name. I think she's going to make a name for herself over here like she has over in the UK. She's in a lot of popular stuff over there, but I think this is the first time I've seen her in something like very American.
She's pretty ride or die on Walton Goggins.
I feel like, yeah. Oh, yeah.
She loves that dude.
Yeah. She'll do anything for that guy. Patrick Schwarzenegger can have a nod for a possible MVP, but like I feel like if you're going to make him a douche, he needs to have some better one-liners.
Yeah,
I feel like whoever wrote his character isn't douchey enough to write that character.
Dude, when
he's not hitting the
They
gym
needed a
enough.
frat consultant for him.
when that girl called him he said, I hear you're a douchebag. It's like he loved it. It's
Yeah.
like, you know what? Yeah.
Reminds me of somebody.
Dylan.
No,
Oh.
not on the show. Show adjacent though. I think my MVP might be Lori, played by Carrie Coon thus far.
Okay.
All right.
Wow, two allies over here, and Dylan's just.
You know,
Wow.
Randy, give me an ally point, please.
Hey, here's a point. Also, would you like some more clarity on the king cobra v rattlesnake?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hey there.
Have they fought?
Hey there, audience at home. This is producer Randy with a fun animal factoid. Today's fun animal factoid comes from A to Z Animals.com. While the venom in a king cobra is technically weaker than that of a rattlesnake, king cobras inject enough venom to kill multiple people when threatened. This makes the king cobras more dangerous than rattlesnakes, but both snakes prefer to avoid conflict. So there you go.
They prefer to avoid conflict.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
They're not going to like seek you out.
Right. They'll
Hopefully.
punch you down, but
So-
they'll defend themselves if they feel threatened.
So the cobra's weaker venom, but gives
More
you
of
more
it?
of it so that you'll die.
More venom.
Mm.
Thank you, Randy.
You're
That
welcome.
It
was
is
insightful.
It's the king cobra.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's not the Prince Cobra.
No.
No, sir. So now you know.
I just have a general rule. I just don't fuck with snakes at all. I don't care if they're a gardener snake
Mm-hmm.
or a king cobra.
I'll never forget that toast you gave a few years back.
Which one? I've given so many.
It was like it was weird. He was like, "There's two things I don't fuck with: snakes and condoms." It brought their house down, dude. People were like, "Dude, Dorn, you are fucking, oh man,
I was kind of in my bag that night.
you were on one."
Thanks for
man.
noticing, man.
dude.
Dude, imagine if that gardener snake was in Thailand.
No,
White Lotus.
It's just trimming the azaleas.
you want to let me out?
They did have some good landscaping B-roll last night.
They did.
That
Yeah.
property looks
It's
dope.
a good
Yesterday's
property,
episode was
dude.
shot very cool. The upside, like just the different camera shots. Tim like bent over. We had like when they were doing the yoga stuff, they had like a lot of different views. It was kind of cool.
How long are these people on vacation for, by the way? It
They
seems
said a
like they're
week.
there for just a week?
They said a week.
Because Goggins is leaving for 2 days.
He's gonna be gone a couple.
Someone
days.
said
Coming back.
someone in the show last night said like we're here for 5 more days.
Okay.
And so yeah,
Okay.
but like I don't know. There's always a narrative of like people saying that White Lotus is dumb because they all eat at the hotel the entire time and stuff like that. And it's like, no, if you're at a hotel that's as nice as a White Lotus, like that's what you do.
Yeah.
I'd like to get my posture adjusted.
Yeah, sounds great.
Although it's much more than that. I notice you have your right leg over your left, so you're not giving your feminine energy today.
Yeah, that kid,
Not an ally.
that dude, definitely sits like me. When I was watching that scene, I was like, oh, I'd be getting roasted in here right now.
Are you defensive posture?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm alpha. Man spread.
Yeah, we know, dude.
You gotta keep them spread. You don't want to sit next to me on the subway.
That shirt sneaky goes real hard.
You can get it at washed.shop.
I'm surprised we haven't sold 1 billion of them.
Washmedia.shop. It says exactly 1 beer. Like, I'll probably have more than one. Probably gonna have more.
No.
2 tree beer.
No. Squarespace. Today's episode is brought to you by our friends over at Squarespace. Of course, when we say Squarespace, we're talking about the all-in-one website platform designed to help you stand out and succeed online. So whether you're just starting out or scaling your business, Squarespace gives you everything you need to claim your domain, showcase your offerings with a professional website, grow your brand, and get paid all in one place. 12 years of Squarespace in my life. I haven't known my wife that long. My dog's only 8 years old. My sons are very young. I'm in a very committed relationship
Damn,
with
you
Squarespace
are.
right now. Here's the thing. They just make it easy. They make the best looking websites. Their templates are so easy to use. They have so many different functions within Squarespace that allow you to do things in a much easier way. Coding, not required. They have a little thing that you can do where you can even make a logo just straight from Squarespace if you don't have any graphic design chops. But you can email from there. You can collect emails from there. You can set up your store from there. You can do pretty much everything from Squarespace. If I've been using it for 12 years, just give me 12 minutes of your time. Go try it. Go try it. Head to squarespace.com/Steam for a free trial. When you're ready to launch, use our offer code STEAM to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Again, STEAM to get 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Where do we want to go? Space or mushrooms?
I kind of want to hop to this shroom situation.
It's fine with me.
There it is.
I saw this on the TL earlier, and it caught my attention. There is a guy named Justin Tyne, and he said this first picture. He's holding up psychedelic mushroom, and it is massive. It's about the size of I don't know, like a jumbo doll. I don't know what size is that. It's fucking big.
Whoa, fellas.
And he says, I ate half of it, a little over 12 grams. I'm a different person, and I like this person a lot more. Most brutal and shattering but needed experience of my life. I don't recommend this dose to most people unless you're ready to die and come back as someone else. The most I have done personally is 333 milligrams, which is 1/36th of what this gentleman did.
Oh, you're such a poser, dude.
I am.
You are a poser.
I can't imagine that much. And he later would go on to say that for everyone losing their shit in the comments, I've been fighting cancer and almost dying of leukemia for 2 years, and I beat it. Got pretty hard to recognize myself for a long time and made me very depressed. I'm not telling anyone to do what I do. And mushrooms aren't drugs, is what he said.
Okay. Federal government would have a word with that, but
12 grams.
see how he's holding it in that bottom left picture? Pull that up, Randy. So, like at some point in human history, someone picked up a mushroom just like this, looked at it and was like, well, I'm going to fucking eat this.
Yeah.
We're going to find
And
out.
then they experienced some shit.
Like, there's no telling. Somebody had to be the first.
Would you be able to identify a psychedelic mushroom if you saw it?
No.
Just like occurring in nature?
No.
What's the deal with the cow shit?
No, ask Parks. He's
Don't
the
they
one.
grow from cow shit?
Yeah, don't you have a fucking son and partner
Yeah.
who owns a cattle
I
company?
don't think Parks knows the answer to this
Spores.
question.
I heard he's getting into it for the new wave benefits.
Is that the only way to find it?
No, it probably grows elsewhere in nature, but that's like one way.
There's a guy in my building who grows it in his closet.
Right.
And then he makes chocolates and hands them out for free. At
Well,
the
he has a
pool.
cow in
Well,
there.
can you get some for some people?
You
We
probably.
got Sphere Trip coming up.
This guy's weird though. I don't know if I want to talk to him too much.
He
See,
might
I
be
just had a
listener.
dude named James in my old apartment who made bread and dropped it off at my door. Don't even know what the guy looks like, but I
What did this dude say to me last time? He was. I heard him cussing out the side the doors. And he came in. He goes. He got in the elevator with me. This is the same guy who grows some mushrooms. He's a little quirky. He said, "Sorry, dude. I did way too many shrooms." He said, "I licked the something for the first time. I don't recommend it." What did he say?
frog.
Could be a number of things, actually, Dylan. You had a recent conversation with me about it.
I think it's a term. It's a mushroom term that means something that I'm unaware.
Could be
Anyway,
the underside of a toad.
this dude does a lot of mushrooms apparently, but 12 grams. You finding anything, Will?
I'm trying to Google the word lick along with shrooms.
Yeah.
You know, man, I don't know. We're just classic custies over here. Don't know the first thing about getting drugs.
You know, if you're really looking, there could be a restaurant here in town, and a guy who works there might just kind of let you know, hey, here's my card. I do this.
By the way, that guy's still he works the room now.
He's the man. He's been there.
He
forever.
knows he daps everyone up, has a conversation with everyone in there
Oh,
that
yeah.
he recognizes. He's awesome.
I think he thinks I'm a narc, man. Like I talk to him every time I'm in there, and he never has once offered me drugs.
That's lame.
I know.
You are a narc.
You know what? This is a dub for me. As a guy who was not accepted by the people at the Wheatsville Co-op, I feel like I've been vindicated that I was offered a card and some unsolicited drugs from this guy.
Yeah, Dave got profiled years ago when he and I were at the local co-op. They asked if I was a member at the co-op after not asking Dave if he was a member.
I knew. I get it.
You know, there's a total pivot here. There's a paper boy opening up across the street. You guys know much about the restaurant?
Across the street from where?
It's where that new apartment building is over there. So not directly across the street.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Paperboy gets really rode for as one of the best breakfasts in town.
Really?
Oh yeah,
I've never been.
My issue is that I don't want to go to a food truck for breakfast most of the time.
This is a brick and mortar.
They have a brick and mortar.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's nothing against food trucks, but like I don't know. There's something that I'm missing there.
Can I get a Texas strip? Old Texas strip chopped up with some eggs.
They specialize in breakfast and lunch, coffee and cocktails. I don't know if strip is going to be in
Answer
play
my
here.
question.
No.
Was it to go completely? It was called licking the slime.
No.
Hmm.
I forgot what he said. Licking the blank.
He's still on. That's good producing, though.
I mean, he was
I'm
on
trying to
mushrooms, so
figure
he
out.
might not have. This might not be a classic saying. He might have just said some shit.
Very true.
Like last time I did a big dose, I thought my leg hair was falling off of me in Brett's bathroom. So
They do have steak and eggs,
Nice.
Dave.
does it say what the cut is?
No. Oh, it does. Dean and Peel or Denver cut.
Okay.
Nah.
So it's not a Texas strip.
It's not a
Nah.
Texas strip,
What's
unfortunately.
the point? Yeah. Like I said outside when we were talking about the mushroom thing earlier, if anyone's interested, there's a show on Netflix called How to Change Your Mind, and they like go through different drugs. And there's one episode that I watched on psilocybin, and it pretty much explains a guy that take like a dose of this. He went through like his whole journey, and it's kind of wild shit. So,
Sounds like your neighbor was psilocybin.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think this dude just got like the biggest mushroom he's ever seen and just wanted to tweet about it.
You don't think he actually took half of it? Which
No, I
is
think he
12
might have.
grams?
I think he might have, but
Is there a point where your body, you're just like, well, you're going to go to sleep now. Like you took way too much. So like, we're not going to ride this out. We don't even know how to we don't even know what to show you. Like we're just going to have to just sleep for like 15 hours. Maybe you'll wake up different. Maybe you won't. Either way, you're going to tell everybody about it.
It's just wild to me that you can take something that like kills the current version of you, and then you become someone completely different. I don't know if I want that.
Does it? I mean, he says it does.
He's not the only one who's used like that terminology before.
Wonder if you have to be open to it for it to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like you go into it wanting to be somebody else.
I mean, Dylan, there are limits to where we can travel in the world. There are no limits to where your mind can take you.
That's so fucking true, man.
Mine would, my mind sometimes takes me to the make him say video, and I'm on the no limit tank, and like Mystical's on the basketball hoop. Remember that one?
Yeah.
That was a fucking great video.
Hey, Will, someone did tweet at me yesterday and said that they experienced the same thing that we were talking about the other day, where your mind takes you to a specific location.
We never got a name for that?
We did.
Contextual anchoring.
Yeah, contextual anchoring. So it's when your brain needlessly anchors a location to a memory that you have, even though they're not associated.
Okay.
I think so. Yeah, someone Reddit said it's like the Mind Palace, but I think that's something different. The Mind Palace.
Mind Palace.
Be cool if I went somewhere dope. I go to a bank parking lot. It makes no sense.
No, it's different.
Yeah,
it's different. It's. I get why they would say that, but it's different. Yeah, totally different. But I get where I get it. There's something.
There's similarities.
There's something related to that, but yeah, it's different. Yeah, I didn't have anyone reach out to me. I mostly just was asked if we smoked weed before that segment.
No, we didn't.
No.
Oh, Randy might have.
Well, I don't smoke weed that much. Just do it. But I think I am on team. I don't experience that. From what you guys seem.
Dylan's the only person I hit up my friend who I thought I had this conversation with numerous times, asking because I finally figured out what to call it, and he was like, "I don't know what you're talking about, man." So I went and fucked myself.
No,
are we not going to confront that this mushroom looks like something?
I didn't want to say it.
Well, there's a couple different ways.
It looks
you
like the
could go
Dune
with it.
popcorn bucket.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Randy. Put it up. You know you want to.
No.
It looks like a gold-plated Dune popcorn bucket.
Dune 2 got some awards last night, huh?
Randy, why did you buy another one on eBay?
I wanted one used.
How much?
Oh.
How much do you think a Dune popcorn bucket goes for on eBay?
$64.99.
Any guesses, Dylan?
How much did you say?
Don't steal my guess. Just guess.
$195.
I'm going like 46.
Oh, well.
These are range. Most of these are over $100.
What?
Dude, why did they make this?
Like, are the cheaper ones like gently used?
Someone's done it.
I mean, that's crazy. Can you imagine?
No.
Paying $160 for a Dune popcorn bucket?
No.
You got to be crazy horny to do that.
I typically spend my money in other ways.
Just go get a flashlight instead.
What's that?
I don't know.
A flashlight? What are you saying?
Yeah, I don't think the popcorn bucket lights up.
I think a flashlight's less expensive. I've never purchased one, I would imagine.
I think the movie theaters would be happy if you were shining a flashlight around.
Yeah, that'd be
the
annoying
feature
for the
film.
other
We should probably
patrons.
call it.
Yeah,
that'd be
they'll
fucking
kick you out of
tough,
Alamo.
dude.
They'll give you one warning.
We should probably call it.
Oh, Dylan's.
Why? Because you don't want to mansplain what a flashlight is? Pussy.
Kind of,
Yeah.
actually. Yeah.
Exactly.
One in your pocket. Yep.
All right.
I can't fit one of those in my pocket. I can barely fit this iPhone in there.
Bye.